Going live. All right, I'm going live actually tonight on my Viking on the Move channel also. I'll talk about that a little bit. But I have some stuff to share with you tonight because I'll share some pictures from San Francisco, Alcatraz, and talk about a little incident that happened. So let me put my specs back on, find the intro, roll it, and we'll get going. Boom. Boom! Let's do this. Hello. I took that picture. Isn't it awesome? So I'm doing a lot with my iPhone. I'm always wearing black. I've talked about this before. So you can't see the mic. You can't really see Sasquatch's little perch. I'm watching my sister's dogs. So now they have two Briards and the little one, Bruno. If he starts barking, I'm going to go ballistic. But welcome, everybody. I am going to share some of my videos. So I just went to Pleasanton, which is the U.S. Invitational for Highland Games. Competed. I didn't have the greatest first day. Did better the second day. Pulled out a third. That's cool. It's not what it's all about, though. It's the people, because it is ungodly hot there, and you got to go for the people. So that's what makes you forget every year. So tonight, this is my question. Do you have your wits about you? Because I'm going to tell you about something that happened. And if my parents watch this, sorry, because they're always worried about me. But I'm always aware. So I have a little story to tell you. Okay. So we are going to look at some of the pictures from San Francisco. And I need to get better about Viking on the Move, doing all the stuff. So this is me trying to get motivated and stuff. Okay. I love this picture in the background, and I edit it and stuff. So this picture here, I edited to look like kind of vintage. And then you notice that my logo tonight is this picture here, and I just added Kendra with Katie. So some cool facts about this bridge is that it was completed in 1937, and it cost a whopping 50 cents to cross each way. So if you wanted to go there and back, it was a whole $1. I should have looked up to see what that would equate to in these times. Pedestrian Day was May 27th in 1937, and approximately 200,000 people crossed. Whoa. And that orange color of the bridge, it looks more red to me. It was supposed to be a primer color only. Isn't that cool? Okay, so next one we have, I did this a few years back. So I traveled through Southern California all the way up through Northern California and to Oregon and Washington and stuff with my uncle, but we just went through. So we drove over the Golden Gate Bridge and I took a picture like this, but it's a really cool perspective and it's just really fun. So we didn't stop and get out and look or anything. My little Canadian friend, Pam, I'm going to share a little video with her here in a bit, a couple of them. She had never seen it. And I'm trying to figure this out all the time. I had a rental car and she wasn't leaving until the evening. So I said, let's go. And then our friend Cindy was not supposed to leave till the evening. And then we had to drop her off kind of early. We got basically over the Golden Gate Bridge. And then we weren't going to go back because of the traffic. And then we just went all the way around and got to, I believe, here, which is the Bay Bridge. And from far away, kind of looks similar to the way it's designed. It's got more X's. It's got X's instead of like the lines across. But it's kind of, to me, it's a little similar, you know? And that's pretty cool. That's the Oakland to San Francisco to Oakland Bay Bridge. I put these writings on the other side. So this is the beginning of Chinatown. This is like the entrance to Chinatown, and I thought Chinatown was a lot bigger. It's interesting. It's just a lot of shopping and eats and whatnot. But there's a lot of stuff to the city. I mean, like that's kind of a cool picture that someone did. I don't know if that was a freelance thing or what, but my hotel, I mean, I literally was blocks from there. So I can't read this right now. So I should have got one of these. Brings good luck and to households, happiness and success to individuals, prosperity to business. So I should have bought one of those. What's wrong with me? I was going to, and then I got distracted. Shocker. Have you guys seen those? Especially the ones with the arms that move like this. Okay. So then I ended up in Portsmouth Square. It's centrally located within Chinatown. It's been called the heart of Chinatown. And right there is the Chinese Cultural Center too, which I walked right into, and they didn't stop me. It was pretty cool. They were doing some like cool dance things in there or something, some practices. It's the location of the first raising of the American flag within San Francisco in 1846. And in 1848, the discovery of gold was first announced. So for San Francisco, that kind of history is it's pretty embedded, you know? Now, this is in Portsmouth Square, and this guy right here, I actually really like this picture because of the perspective. I can never remember if you can see my cursor on these, but he's like in focus, and this is in focus, and then there's a little blur here, and then there's just a guy looking off. But this guy looks totally normal. And then you look, and I was sitting right here on this bench, and I kept hearing him talking to himself, but really talking to him, like he was on the phone having a conversation. And I tried to do a little video, but I didn't want to be rude. And then there was a guy sleeping in a sleeping bag right behind him that looked dead, kind of scared me. And then he opened his eyes. And there's just homeless people everywhere. So this was really interesting to me because of what was going on. I mean, he really was having this conversation. Okay, so I have a little video. Oh, shoot. I think I forgot to upload it. Let me see if I can add it really quick while we're talking. Nope, because I had to make it into an iMovie. Anyway, I had a video of I'll upload it into the comments, but I had a video of like these ladies playing cards and stuff, and these guys playing chess. And this doesn't look very happening, but like way back there behind him, there's a whole bunch of people like in a bunch of different things doing stuff, and it was pretty interesting. And then what happened? So, here's a bathroom. So I know this is silly. This looks kind of European to me, but the video got messed up somehow. You walk up to that thing, and it's just this standalone bathroom, and you push a button, and that thing slides open, and then you can go to the bathroom, like, and it shuts. But I would be a little scared. There's no windows or anything in there, and then it's disgusting. But it's a bathroom if you're walking around San Francisco and you have to go. So there you go. So this right here is St. Mary's Cathedral. So what happened? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But what happened was I was walking in Chinatown, and I got this purse, and it goes across my body, and it zips underneath, and I was holding on to my phone, and it's got the RDIF thing so people can't steal from you or whatever. But I was walking. I just got into Chinatown, and it's really hilly and stuff. So I was walking, and I got a comment. So let's see. Let's do that real quick. Oh, Mona. They have those bathrooms in Times Square too. Oh, cool. Yeah. So Mona knows because I actually texted her. I thought I put the picture in here. I texted her a picture of me going like this. Okay. So I noticed a guy following me, but then I thought, well, maybe I'm crazy. He's just walking down the street just like I am. So I crossed the street at a diagonal. He crossed behind me at another stoplight. He went and stood right directly behind me, and I moved over. So like from frame to frame. Okay. I moved from here to here. He moved behind me. I moved back. He moved. So I had my cell phone in my hand. I was like, is he trying to steal my cell phone? Is he trying to steal from me? What's going on? I think I'm too old to be human trafficked, but you never know. Maybe he was attracted to me. I don't know, but that's not the way to go about it. And he looked just, like a guy in his 40s or so. I mean, he looked like a normal guy. He had a backpack on. So anyway, I was walking straight, and I was thinking, I got to do something in video or something. So then I saw St. Mary's Cathedral, and I don't want to remove it. I want to put this back up there. Hang on. So I went inside here, and the interesting thing was that I went inside, and I thought, okay, I'm going to sit here for a little bit, and then I'll get away from him. And I'm a former Catholic. I will not claim that ever again. So I was sitting in a pew, and I was appreciating the beauty of the place and whatnot. And I was in the very back in a pew. And then about 3 to 5 minutes later, the guy came in and sat in my same pew. And then I started to get a little bit nervous. Oh, I've got some more comments. Okay. So Mona says, good. Listen to your gut. Yes. We sadly get told to be nice, and that keeps us from trusting that little voice. Yeah. I mean, so then I started to get heart palpitations. And then I thought, what the F am I going to do? And so I got up and I thought there was a cemetery there. And you know how I love cemeteries. I actually didn't see any cemeteries while I was there. And I bet you they have some awesome ones. But this is a cool view of the cathedral from the outside. I like taking these kind of perspectives. But I walked into this prayer room. There was a prayer room and there was a forgiveness room. So I walked into the prayer room and I kind of stood back. Not that he could see me, but it's just an opening. And I just stood back against the wall. And I stayed there for a few minutes. And then I went into the forgiveness room and I thought, well, it can't hurt, could it? So then I left the church. And when I left, he was in front of me. So I went into this Chinese bazaar where I thought I left my Apple AirPods, but that's a story for another time. And I bought a couple things and I stayed in there and then I gave him the slip. And then I actually went around the corner and had some sushi and stuff. But it may seem like a small thing, but it was a pretty big deal. And I'm so thankful. I've traveled the country myself since I was 18. And I'm so thankful that I'm always aware of my surroundings. Now, does that mean that something can't happen? No, that doesn't mean that. But I potentially avoided a scary situation or something that could have gotten me into some trouble. So you please, as Mona says, trust your gut. Please trust your gut. And you know what? If that wasn't the intention and that wasn't what it was going to be, there's no harm that I caused, right? So make sure that you are taking care of yourself because it's pretty scary out there. All right. So now I'm going to move on. I know. Ooh, just change subjects. This is really funny. It says, this is Knob Hill. It says, touch our junk. So I don't know. That was when I was on the trolley. I thought that was a pretty funny thing. I have a video. Let's see. I have a couple videos. Let me find those real quick. So this is the trolley video. It's quick. It's cheap. I bought a 3-day pass for $31 to ride all of the things. I could have ridden BART. I did ride the bus down to Alcatraz, to Fisherman's Wharf. Oh my God, the dog is barking and it's going to drive me crazy. All right, so here's a selfie on the trolley, if you can see. And this lady behind me is like funny. She kind of reminds me of my friend, I think Beth, that lives in Albuquerque. Oh my God, I'm going to kill this dog. So I was the person taking pictures. Everybody like, hey, can you take our picture? Take our picture. And the trolley conductor guy was getting irritated. But then I was like, hey, and look at this, guys. Like, this is beautiful. I was at Fisherman's Wharf and I took this from very far away. And of course, edited it a bit to make it more clear. But that's the Golden Gate Bridge at sunset. So, anytime, and that's Ghirardelli Square. The chocolate, and I guess the place is open until 10. So I should have gone. This was probably around 7 p.m. or so. I was riding around. I rented those scooters. And if you've never done that, totally do that. It's amazing. And so I was just cruising around. Ooh, and then I went to dinner and I'll show you what I had for dinner partially. Okay. I've got another comment. Pam says, I teach observational awareness. I love teaching folks to look around and learn their surroundings. Excellent. Yeah. Pam, I forgot about that. I should have told you about that. It was pretty, it's really that simple, guys. It's really that simple. Initially in being very aware of your surroundings and making sure you know what's going on around you. Next year, maybe. I know Pam, we had wanted to go to Alcatraz this year. We looked into tickets, but it was too late. And then I just so happened to be there for a few days, and I will show you my friends again that I went with. But that's a place I would definitely go again. So yes, I did have oysters on a half shell because I'm a fancy pants, and I had maybe a cider or two as well. But it's I was by myself and it was great. Here's Alcatraz. I'll show you some of the pictures. Isn't it beautiful? There's my friends. That's my friend Summer Pearson, who lives in San Jose, and Lori Hinkle, who lives in Marin. And I posted about that. Lori came to see me all day on Sunday, brought 2 chairs, brought me a cooling towel to borrow, stayed all day. I mean, in that god-awful heat. And we had a blast going to Alcatraz together. So, and I would have gone by myself. I mean, because I'm used to it. They have all these things. They have this tour that you get this thing. They don't give you the earphones anymore, but you get this little, it's like a telephone kind of thing, and they put it in a pocket and you hold it up and it talks to you. So you go through and it tells you about all this stuff, and it's really interesting. This is the yard where they would get their exercise. It's all concrete. This is out at the yard. I just thought it was a really cool picture. And here are some of the cells, and gosh, they're just so small. This is one of the ones where they escaped. You can see right there the hole. And then this is another one where you can see that macrame head, paper mache, not macrame. That's with, I don't remember what that's from. So Gretchen says, observational awareness is a must. Got to pay attention to your surroundings. Exactly. So, when I tell you this story, it is to tell you that I avoided something that could potentially have been very bad. And it did make me nervous. Gretchen, I haven't been there since junior high school. Well, you got to go as a kid. That must have been, I wonder if you went now, if it'd seem a lot smaller to you. So I won't show you all the pictures. There's Lori and me. There's 4 windows of like in a visitor section. And obviously, like, I don't know if that's the same panes that were there. I mean, they're not exactly clear, but I went around on the other side and we were pretending to talk to each other there. So it's really cool though, guys. So this is a picture of Joseph Dutch. Oops, I misspelled that. Bowers. He was sentenced to 25 years for robbing $16.83 from a convenience store that was also connected to a post office. He claimed he was desperate, out of funds, and unable to afford food or lodging. He couldn't handle the stress of prison life. He was considered emotionally unstable and insane. He had many suicide attempts, and he was shot and killed by an officer in 1936 at age 40 trying to escape. So I have up there, he was there from 1934 to 1936. So he must have been 38 when he went in there. And if you've ever seen, it's a very old movie from the 90s. It's called Murder in the First. And it's a movie with Kevin Bacon and Christian Slater. And Kevin Bacon, it's based on this guy. So he robs a convenience store to pay for, or to get groceries for his sister and himself. And then it's connected to a post office. So he gets sent to Alcatraz, and he's in solitary for 3 years. It's just a gut-wrenching movie. Christian Slater plays his lawyer. And there's a few movies I recognize that came from Escape from Alcatraz, of course, being one. But it's a really cool place to go, you guys. And then this was the closing day. March 21st, 1963. Well, that doesn't make sense if that guy was there. He must have been in another prison from 1934 to 1936. So this is the day that they marched everybody out and took them to different prisons. And this very ethereal picture, it's the outside of, you go down this tunnel, and that's red brick, and it's really neat. And it's like a theater, and there's a couple different rooms, and there was a bookstore or something in there too at one point. And that is it for the slides. Pretty cool, right? Let's see what else I have for you for videos. Oh, so this is Pam. Pam, be ready. She forgot her purse when we went to, we stopped at Starbucks, and Cindy called a Lyft or Uber and to take to the airport from there, because I was going to go to the hotel. Pam was going with me because we were going to have a quick dinner before she left. And Cindy's plane was leaving too early. So here's Pam. This is what she did. The Canadian left her purse.
Thank baby Jesus.
Yeah, good job. Oh. So it's fun to have a car. I think I'll plan better with places like when I go to Norway again. Maybe have a car for some of the time, but to use that public transportation when it's there. And then here's my hotel. So let me show you this, because it's pretty cool. It's called the Beacon Grand, and it's at Union Square. And it used to be called the Sir Francis Drake. So just take a look at this and how beautiful it is. That's the beginning of it. Can you guys see this? I hope. Okay. So that's not the beginning. What's it called? The entrance. They've remodeled it. And so this is basically what the rooms look like. My room was not that big. It was like a postage stamp size. But it's really pretty. And there's the trolley. I did not have a fireplace in my room. And the restaurant wasn't open when I was there, but it's a very beautiful room. You can do lots of stuff in there. And it's right in the heart of San Francisco, really. So it's really close to whatever you need to do. Okay. So I promised that I would share with you. I'm going to do an open house on Saturday. So I'm trying to get back to the regular stuff. So I'm really working on having a work and life balance, and it's hard. And last year really kicked me in the shins as far as working my buns off and working too much and getting burnt out kind of thing. So I know you're seeing me traveling a lot and doing a lot of things. Sometimes it's scary and I'm thinking, should I do it? But then I'm also thinking life's too short. So I'm going to share as much as I can with you, if you will allow me to. And I'm going to show you my open house this weekend because it's over $2 million, I believe. So I will be there Saturday from 11 to 2 because it's too hot after that. Can you see this? All right. So this is our MLS. So this is one of my colleagues' listings. He is an ex-hockey player. His name's Eddie Lack. So this is 3,185 square feet. And the price is $2,100,000. $2,100,000. Sorry. So just a few quick pictures to show you. I'll show you more. Look at that kitchen. That stove, you guys. I'm totally into cooking, if you know, right? Except for I mess it up all the time. Look at that stove. Oh. So there you go. There's way too many to show, I think, because it's all going to be the same thing. It's all, look at this outside. What? That's Camelback Mountain back there. Now, let's just say you won the lottery, whatever, would you live in a house that big? It's enormous. It's beautiful. Should I take my swimming suit and go swimming during the open house? Probably not. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. Remember, do all the things you want to do because life's too short. Be aware of your surroundings and take a chance once in a while. Oh, you remember what he says. I gotta bring it back to you. Oh, I have something to share for him too. I shared a video, but it didn't work. So I gotta switch it. The journey begins with you. So be good to yourself. Remind me to post more from him because he's pretty active. Okay. And the Horgan loves you. Peace and love, guys. I will see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.